I feel good, I feel good. Even though I had to leave the oceanfront condo, I feel good. Back in my van. Listen, I needed a change. I've been thinking about going from my blonde highlights to going back to my natural color for a little while. And at first it was just like a thought, and I was like, oh, no, I love my blonde. I don't want to go back to my natural color. But then as the months went by, it kept coming into my head like, maybe you should go back to your natural color, especially since the last time I got it done. The highlight job wasn't really that great. There was like a definite like demarcation from blonde to brown. It wasn't a really nice transition. And I was like, am I really going to pay another $200 to $300 with the tip to get my hair blonded again? Because it's a whole situation. And so I was like, you know what? I think it's time. I think I'm ready. So I decided that since I was going to be in that condo for a month and I had space to spread out and do it in a bathroom and have a shower and all that, I would do it while I was in Myrtle Beach. And I did it, and while I was doing it, it was very like therapeutic almost. It was very like contemplative. I was like going back to my natural look. It's flipping hot in here. I know it's winter, but I'm still in South Carolina, and it's a bit hot. I gotta put this fan on. Woo. Anyway, when I rinsed it out and got out of the shower and looked in the mirror, I was like, whoa, that is dark. I haven't had this dark of hair in so long. Also, it was funny because the first thing that popped out at me was my eyes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't really noticed my hazel eyes in a while. Not that my eyes changed when I was blonde, but they never really popped out. So it was like a really cool thing to just be looking at my natural self in a sense. And since then, I've just really been, I don't know, just reconnecting with myself. I don't know, it sounds so corny or so something, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm kind of back to who I was a little bit. And this is my natural color. Super dark. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a lot going on here. All right, don't look at the puffiness, because that's just a lot happening here. I know it's really dark, but that's just my natural hair. So if you don't like it, don't put a comment that you don't like it, because that's gonna hurt my feelings, because this is the hair color that God gave me. This might be like a tad bit darker than my natural color, but I don't really know, because I haven't had a natural color in like 6 or 7 years. I started going blonde back, I believe, in like 2016. It's a big change, but I'm not mad at it. I actually like it. I need to get some of this going on here. Hair gel. I was thinking like maybe I'm having a midlife crisis going back to my natural hair, and I was like, actually, I do not claim crisis in my life. My life's awesome and wonderful. I am going to call it a midlife revival, because I feel like I'm getting back to myself. I'm so happy I had that time to just be in the condo and just kind of refresh myself, have some room to spread out, and not think about trying to find parking every night. And now I'm back in my van. I don't feel as stressed out. I don't feel that bad. I feel excited about the journey ahead. Anyway, this is my natural hair color, and I'm happy about it. I'm definitely still not used to it. Like when I catch myself glancing in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, my hair is dark. I kind of want to do like a little side situation here. All right, that's cute. All right, so I already ate. I'm back on my potatoes. Back before my hysterectomy, I had done like a potato and vegetable diet for 10 days, and I lost like 9 pounds. And then after my hysterectomy, I was laid up in bed for several weeks. And then after that, I just went off the rails eating whatever. especially through the holidays and stuff. So I'm back on my potatoes. I'm not giving myself the chance to make excuses anymore. I'm gonna get down to my goal weight. I'm gonna walk more. I'm gonna do all the things. This new hair has given me a new lease on life. Like I said, a revival, if you will. I'm just cleaning up a little bit. I'm gonna drive around a little bit in Myrtle Beach because today's my last day. I'm leaving. All right. Okay, make sure everything's in its place. I'm gonna close these windows and take these shades out so I can see while I'm driving. Okay, that's so much nicer. Push this back. Okay. Last night I parked outside of the hotel or condo I was staying at because I have this tag. They don't have like a security, I don't think, that comes and checks. There was no problem last night. So I was in that condo for a month and I only drove my van a few times, but I just got gas yesterday. I checked out yesterday and I did a bunch of running around. Like I had some returns to do and had to go get some groceries, blah blah, all the basic things. So today I thought I would just drive around a little bit just to kind of just get like a last little glimpse of Myrtle Beach. Even though I'd love to live by the ocean and I could see myself living in one of these condos, although I probably wouldn't because of the high cost. But anyways, on a side note, I think it would be too touristy, too loud, too crazy in the peak season. Let me just turn this around. All along here, try to adjust this, there's gonna be all these resorts and condos, and in the off season they're a lot less. I would even love to live in something over here like this. It doesn't have to be like right on the ocean, so the ocean is literally right there, and then here's just some like condos. It'd be totally chill to be able to do that. I don't know how much those are. Even though it's overcast and gloomy, it's still like 70 something degrees today. It's pretty warm. It's a nice day. I love the gray days. This starts another section of like hotel row, and this is pretty popular area for the peak season. A park here. Myrtle Beach is very golf coursey as well. Then there's these little like parking lots, and they're, you know, little parking lots, but they're also for golf carts too, because there's a lot of golf carts roaming around here. So like here, there's a little parking lot down these side streets, and there's every like block, I'd say. I'm sure in the peak time they get filled up very quickly, and there's no like overnight parking. The level of niceness and crappiness is serious. Like you have some really nicer hotels, and then you have some ones that clearly are not kept up or falling apart. And there's some little, like there's Ben & Jerry's, Starbucks, and some of them are like giant tall hotels, and then some are like these little motels on the little side there. So there you could get all kinds of different price ranges, I'm sure, but in the peak season it's going to be pretty high no matter what, I think. But I don't know for sure. This is the first time I've ever been to Myrtle Beach, so I don't know. But it is pretty cool. That's a cute name. Sail In. Sailing takes me away Now, the more south you get is when you're going to start seeing some of the less kept up places. Now, this particular road that I'm driving on is Ocean Boulevard. So this is where like the main stuff happens in terms of staying, like accommodations. There's a little funplex roller coaster situation, and there's the big Ferris wheel that's pretty well known here in Myrtle Beach. Now, this is the first of about 500 pancake houses that you're gonna see. Like I said, the more south you get, the more activity-ish or wildish it gets. And I heard, I don't live here, but I heard that this area down here is a little more rough and where there's more crime down by the Ferris wheel. Here's the Ferris wheel. And then you have all these little shops on the side here for people to get their resort wear. It's just very touristy, very touristy. Scare me. Here it's a lot more south, Myrtle Beach, and you could just see like there's some nicer places, but then there's like some rundown. Like this looks pretty rundown. It's hard to tell maybe, but there's just a big discrepancy in accommodations. Now again, I don't live here, so I don't know. I'm just relaying what people have told me, that some of these little smaller places, they have people that maybe are renting it long term because they have lower prices, and some of the people have just tore them up, you know, made them, you know, look kind of gross and shabby. Like this place right there, it looks nice from the outside, but it looks like this one's boarded up. This one's boarded up. This one's boarded up. I don't know if it's from damage or from water damage or whatever, but I've heard that there's been a lot of crimes, people breaking in and just like making it terrible. So that's why, you know, people say that Myrtle Beach is kind of going downhill. But the more northern area was fine. I didn't feel nervous or scared or anything. So maybe it's just this section. I don't really know 100%. And then here's another little fun fair type place. Family Kingdom. Little rides. They even have like go-karts and a water ride. It's like a teeny little Disneyland. Whoa. Now this area down here looks kind of shady, and this one's actually called Shady Rest, which is low-key accurate. And you start seeing that things are looking a little more abandoned-y, a little more rugged. Alright, so basically this street goes on for a very long time. I don't want to go down that far today because I'm ready to go. So there's different parts of Myrtle Beach. There's down even further, it's called Murrells Inlet, I think. And there's some other places like Surfside or Seaside. I think it's called Surfside. Then there's like Myrtle Beach. Then there's North Myrtle Beach, and then it just goes up from there. So there's different parts to Myrtle Beach. Even though it's not like huge, there's different areas. This place called Sugar Life is so many of them here, and so many pancake houses. Like I showed you the other pancake house, there's Plantation House of Pancakes. What is up with, do people love pancakes in Myrtle Beach? So it's wild. Paradise Pancake and Omelet. Here comes another one, Eagles. It's just like a shop with like beach clothes and stuff like that. The amount of beachwear and pancake houses and sugar shacks indicates to me that this place is probably a madhouse in the summer. Also, they do have a Waffle House, which you know I love a good Waffle House. Southern Pancakes, Southern House of Pancakes. Now it's funny that they call this place Wings, because you'd think it'd be like chicken wings, but it's like boogie boards, surfboards, beachwear, and all that stuff. And then on these regular residential streets, you see these signs that say city resident decal and guest parking only between March 1st and October 31st. So that's their peak season. So they don't want people just like parked in their neighborhoods, which is great, because if you live here, you're not going to want all the touristy people that are like drinking and partying and stuff. So you see these signs everywhere over here in these residential neighborhoods. I just looked and just kind of counted down, and there's like 20 or 30 pancake houses like within a 3 to 4 mile radius. That's a lot of pancakes, and I love a good pancake. Me and Tim did go to one pancake house. We just picked one because there were so many. It's called Dino's House of Pancakes, and I got their French toast, and it was pretty darn good. Their food was really good. So if you love pancakes, you're gonna have a grand old time in Myrtle Beach. I think I've seen what I need to see here. There's some great places that I would not mind living, but I think because it's just probably gonna be super, super extra crowded, I don't know if this is the place for me to live. So I am going to head over to Columbia, South Carolina, which is away from the coast. Not because I think I want to live there, but because there's a church that I want to go to over there that I've been wanting to go to. So it's only like 2.5 hours. So I think I'm going to eat something real quick and then get on the road. Just eating some carrots. Because on this potato situation, it's only potatoes, vegetables, and 1 fruit a day. I'm not going to be as serious as I was before, because I want to like maintain this situation. I'm not on the road yet because my doctor called in a prescription for me here at the CVS, but when I went in there right now, they're closed for lunch for a half an hour. Also, I don't know where I'm going in Columbia. I need to look that up. Got my prescription, heading out. And away we go to Columbia, South Carolina. Ooh. Somebody's knocking. Just a second. Hi.
Hey, you have a room?
Snack time.